Just for let's write a rough draft to the sequel. Okay, remember, I want you to know. When you know, you have an A+ essay. So you're going to keep specific names. Name the Taino, Aztec, and the Inca. You're going to name tools the Spanish used in your essay and what the Spanish wanted, which was gold. In the last video, hopefully you created your word bank with me. These are words that you need to reference in your essay to have a successful writing experience. I also want to know the question, why did the Spanish conquer the Native Americans instead of trade with them? Okay, I have my words that I know I have to use. I have my article because I have to quote it. But how do I even start? Well, one way to start is to race. You restate the question. Then you answer the question. Clarify. And expand. I always like doing a little picture with expand. Okay? That means you need to tell me more. Okay? How are we going to do this? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this question into a sentence. I'm going to restate the question. So remember, first thing I'm going to do for a good, successful paragraph is I'm going to race. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to restate the question. So let's start with the Spanish conquered. Remember, they conquered. And I'm going to be specific. This is where I'm going to change from my question. Okay? Because I want to use those specific names of the Native Americans. Alright, now, right here, I have the Spanish conquered the Aztec, Inca, and Taino because. Now, I have restated my question, so I'm going to put a check there. Now I'm going to answer, okay? So, because is they wanted as much gold as possible. Remember, this is just an example, guys. I want you to use your own words. Okay? So I have answered the question. Now I need to clarify. This is where you're going to use a specific example from the text. You can use your textbook. You can use the letter. In fact, I want you to use the letter. So I might say, in King Ferdinand's letter to the Taino, he calls them barbarians. Okay? This is where I'm clarifying. I'm clarifying because I am going to give a specific example. Sorry if I went off screen. But I wrote, in King Ferdinand's letter to the Taino, he calls them barbarians. Now, I also want to put para 1, because that's where I quote. Okay? Now, I'm going to expand. That means I'm going to build into this quote. So, the Spanish saw. Now I'm going to use Native Americans because I'm talking about different Native American groups at this point. But they saw the different Native Americans as less human. Okay. The king Spanish thought they could take. And I might add more to this, but look, I'm building a whole paragraph because I raced. I restated the question, I answered, I clarify, and I'm expanding. Now, I would add another sentence to this because you want 425, but here we have a pretty good paragraph. So the Spanish conquered the Aztec, Inca, and the Taino because they wanted as much gold as possible. In King Ferdinand's letter to the Taino, he calls them barbarians, para 1. The Spanish saw the Native Americans as less human. The king and Spanish thought they could take all they wanted. Alright, again, I want you to use your own words. This is only an example. This is Miss Bridges signing off of Rough Draft 2.